Oh yeah, we're back. It's Bike Week America.
And I'm in Southeast Asia. But you stay right where you're at. There's more Bike Week America coming up next.
Beaner made it back from Asia. I love it. Beaner, welcome back. Hey, this is Bike Week America. Everybody is here today except for Martin. How about that? How about if we get somebody else in here with us?
Who could that be?
Let's get Gabriella in here. Hi, welcome back to Bike Week America. I'm Mr. Hippie, Dan Nolan. The kids call me Mr. Hippie. The biker's broker. Be glad to take care of you that way on that stuff too. And I am not with Martin today. I am with
Gabriella. Hi, everyone. And go Hawks.
Yeah, I know, right? I had to wear my Hawks hat.
You had to.
I had to.
That's why I love you.
I hate St. Louis. I don't want to play St. Louis, but that's okay.
No one likes St. Louis.
I know, right? So, Bike Week America, we got a full show today. As a matter of fact, the only good news that I saw in the news, and this is why we're going to skip news today, they have stiletto heels for lady riders.
Really? And you saw that before I did.
Yeah, don't tempt me to go find I will find something for you. You know what?
Please do. I dare you.
All right, let me do this. There it is, right there.
There it is.
Okay. There's a lady who has an Indiegogo campaign out there. She's touting them as safety boots for women with 4-inch heels. Not quite certain how that whole thing works, but I don't know. But
I'll go with it.
I caught it.
I'll go with it. I'll try it out.
I'll send you the link.
Right.
It's like,
send me the link. I'll try them out and I'll report back.
Halo, you got a great product there. I don't know how the whole thing comes together. Got to see it. I think I need to see it.
Yeah.
I'm one of those I got to see it types. So we're going to be here for the next half hour. We have a whole bunch of fun.
Yes.
Martin is on assignment, and she is going to be checking in just a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I have Jim Cunning, who is the producer and director and writer, and the whole guy who's going to be documenting the last known Harley of its kind.
Exciting.
And I'm just like thrilled that
it's amazing that we got him on to tell us his story.
Honest, I'm floored. I was doing show research. I found this in Thunder Road's the Wisconsin Northern Illinois magazine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I got so much stuff. It's like look at this. I got Hogslayer. Look at this. He actually made this movie. It was about about a Norton back in the day that just. And you know me, I like fast.
You do.
I like fast.
You like all kinds of fast.
Give me a plane. Give me full throttle. I don't care. I want fast. So we got fast in the studio today, and we are going to try and get the owner of this G9. It's a 1913 G9 that we're going to focus on tonight. I know Michael has been ill. I don't know if I'm going to get him on the phone tonight, but if I do, I'll be a very blessed man. But I think it's really cool that we got a full show about some of the things that are historical, because we don't teach our children enough about history.
We don't. Well, I'm going to cross my fingers that Michael gets on the phone.
I think he's going to try. But anyways, if you go back through history, Hogslayer was a movie that was made about a Norton. Funny thing about Norton, this Hogslayer, they actually put 2 engines on a motorcycle. And I'm thinking about this thing going, okay, who was the first guy to put an engine on a motorcycle? And thinking, okay, now who was the first guy to put 2 engines on a motorcycle? And Jim was real good about making a documentary about this Hogslayer. So if you get a chance to do it, and we're going to go through a little bit of history with Hogslayer coming right up. I do want to cover some other things first. Do you know if Carol Ford is on the phone? How about if we start with Carol Ford? Carol Ford is an unbelievable lady. And I got Jim here. Jim, this is Jim. Jim, this is Bike Week America.
Hi, everybody.
Jim's going to help me with Carol Ford. Carol Ford, how are you, darling?
I'm good, Dan. How are you?
I miss you.
I miss you, too. How
Can
have
you
you
see?
been?
I'm good. You see what I'm wearing? Are you watching live?
Oh, no, I'm not watching live. I can actually go around, but I was
Yeah.
I was stuffing envelopes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got. Yeah. Today's the last day for your whoop-de-doo, right?
What was that, Dan?
Today's your last day for ticket sales, right?
Yes, it is, and we have been so busy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, Carol is the organizer for a one of the biggest parties in Texas coming up next weekend, the Hogs of Texas Motorcycle Rally. I remember interviewing you last year when you had it last year, and this year I'm really looking forward to sending as many Bike Week America viewers as I possibly can. Can you tell me what's going on this year?
Oh man, we've got a lot going on this year, Dan. We've got movie nights, we've got mud pits, we've got crazy fire shows, we've got stunt shows, we've got live entertainment starting on Wednesday, April 23rd, when the gates open. We've got vendors that are going crazy. We are actually doing this year, we're doing something that is very close to our heart. We're doing a military charity called Operation Military Embrace, and they are going to be the beneficiaries of the rally this year for all the funds that we raise inside doing things. We're going to have like the longest 50-50 that I know that a rally's ever had. It's going to be a 40-50-50, and 100% of that goes to Operation Military Embrace. These guys are just an awesome charity.
Yeah, tell me about what you're doing for them.
We are actually raising money for them. We're giving them a portion of our gate sale, and we're actually doing, like I said, the big 50-50 for those guys, and a lot of our vendors are doing things. We're raising money for them. This is an awesome, awesome charity because 100% of all the money that these guys get go to help all of our military on all facets of our military, not just the Army, not just the Navy, but everything. And these guys help out with opening the stores around Christmas time, getting the toys together, just simple things like toothpaste,
Right, yes.
hairbrushes, things like that, just the essentials for our soldiers that they needed at the BMX there in San Antonio. They did, I know you can find one of their videos online that shows you exactly what they do. They're just a wonderful charity, and they only have a 1% overhead, and everything that they raise, they work so hard to help our troops. And you know what? Hogs of Texas is a rally that loves to give, and that's what we've done year after year, and we're continuing it with the military, and hopefully maybe we'll make it a yearly thing, and we can call it Hogate. Who knows?
Well, I think you got the greatest party in Texas going on. I know you call it the littlest rally in Texas, but it's big in my heart because of the work that you do. I support our veterans. You know that. I mean, anytime I get a chance to take my hat off I'll give my shirt off my back for a veteran. And what you're doing there is simply amazing. If I wanted to send everybody from Bike Week America who's watching to Texas and get more information, what website would I give them? And I'm going to go like this because I'm going to put it there later.
HAWGSOSTEXAS.com. Hogsoftexas.com.
Hogsoftexas.com. Well, I want people to join your party, Carol. I think the world of you and the work that you do for our veterans and supporting this way. And it all goes to the veterans. I mean, it's not going to the house. It's going to the veterans. And that's a completely different thing for me. You know that.
The only thing, all of our volunteers, we have in our rally, we're a 100% volunteer rally.
Isn't that cool?
We don't have paychecks that go out. Even me as the owner of the rally and the promoter, we don't take a paycheck. Everything that we do goes in to run the rally and to benefit our charities. We have, not only do we have Operation Military Embrace, but we have TWR Memorial Fund for Fallen Biker Families.
Right, I remember you saying, right.
Yeah, and we house a lot of other different charities. We actually, all of our beer sales and everything that we have go for the Colorado County Fairgrounds, for the FFA and the FHA. We've just got, different charities that come in on their own, and we help them raise money inside. We're a big family that loves to get together. We love to ride. We've got a lot of lady riders.
Yeah.
Because here in Texas, it gets hot, and the ladies like to We like that wind between our knees, you know?
And the boys like it hot in Texas too, and the ladies like it hot in Texas.
The ladies like it hot in Texas. They can dress that way.
So we're gonna on our Facebook page, we're gonna put a little bit more up about the Hogs of Texas. Carol, thank you very much for joining Bike Week America with us. I'm really honored that you took the time today, honey. I really am.
We want to thank you, and we want to thank every soldier that walks the face of this earth. We love you. We love you guys. We love you guys up in Chicago. Y'all come see us down here in Texas.
It's my birthday. I wish I could. I got plans. Can't talk about it on the air. Talk to you later. That was cool. That is that is the biggest party in Texas, and that's the lady in Texas.
That's great.
That's why I was wearing the Texas sweatshirt today. So now I'm back into my studio uniform. Let's take another caller. I'm gonna risk thinking I'm not going to get my eye stabbed out on this phone caller. Phone caller, I don't know who the...
man, pretty much.
Yeah, I know. Oh, hey, everybody. It's Martin. It's the other one. Hey, 1A, what's going on, girl?
Hey, everybody, how you doing? I'm reporting live from the American Legion Hall at Post 300 at 123 Main Street in West Chicago.
Yeah. What are you doing with... you're up to no good. I know you.
This is one of those days tonight. I got a bunch of things going on here. First of all, I'm representing Brian Carroll. That's with a Y, by the way, Brian.
Yep.
And the movie Why We Ride. I get to MC this, and it's a free viewing tonight.
I love that movie.
That is the first time in Chicago there's been a free viewing. And also, we've got some Bike Week America tote bags here with Bike Week America mugs that have an signed autograph of the movie. Copy of this movie in here. It was the 2013 Motorcycle Film Festival Award, and it's a good reason to ask yourself why you ride, because it makes you think about it when you watch the movie Why We Ride.
I'm telling you, the feeling's
another
there.
Thing is we've got that raffle going on, and it goes for the Down Riders Fund for Duquesne Abate, which I just found out I became an officer of about 15 minutes ago.
Congratulations, honey, public relations officer. Yeah, you can do that.
Thank
one.
You.
You can do that one.
I've done this before for a couple other organizations. I think I can rock this as long as I can get there.
You can do it, honey. You got that one. So tell everybody.
I want to give a shout out for Hannah Hartman's birthday. I believe we're going to
Hannah's birthday is today.
Skinny butt up here.
If we had more time, I'd sing it.
On this building.
If I had more time, I'd sing. Happy birthday, Hannah.
I know we're running out of time. Everybody enjoy the fun, enjoy the show, enjoy the ride, and ride safe, okay?
Hey, are you off next week?
No, I'll see you guys in studio.
Okay, because I'm going to need a doctor's note. If you...
I don't know whatever TV show I'm on this anymore.
Well, it all benefits...
7 p.m. Join in, okay?
It all benefits Abate of Illinois, Duquesne Abate, and I really appreciate the service that you give our community. I got to tell you, nobody rocks it like you.
The Down Riders Fund is for when it buys groceries or something for somebody. When the insurance company hasn't come through to buy groceries. This is what this is for. But I got to fly, guys. I'm getting called back in for the movie because I got to MC it. So, got to go. Love you guys.
Bye. See you.
Bye.
Bye. And that was my other show host, my regular show host, Lori, calling in. So now we're with James Cutting. James is the person who created the movie Hogslayer. I got to tell you, after watching it again, and I told you before, it's like, I watched it and I kind of just kind of noticed it. And this time I really watched it. I really loved what Tom Christensen did with this bike. How did you get along with him? How was that just sitting there, just going through history with him?
Well, we've known each other for 30 years.
Nice in.
Yeah. And I've been into British bikes for a long, long time. And I connected up with TC early on. I met John Gregory along the way as well. John Gregory is the brains behind the bike.
Designed it
and developed it. And I heard the stories over the years, over and over again. And I realized that if the story wasn't documented, if the total story wasn't documented, it was really going to be lost to history.
Agreed.
I found a paragraph here and a paragraph there in certain publications, but to the most part, it was just going to be lost. And it was really the most winningest motorcycle dragster in history.
I won't let that happen. I've learned that we're not handing down our stories, and I'll go out of my way to share with Bike Week America the things that you can feel going through your fingers as far as history is concerned.
Right.
And Hogslayer definitely was, as you watch that movie, there are a lot of pieces of history in there that were never said, were never spoken. It's like you got to put it out there.
Yeah, some way or another, it has to get out there. And motorcycle culture in general, a lot of it's overlooked.
We weren't writing things down when we were. They were incorrect. I mean, as I was going through history, like lady writers and writers of color and, things, we just kind of like got away from it. We didn't do it right. We can't do that anymore. So thanks for coming in and sharing all this, because it's important for our next generation, because it feels like our next generation is already somewhat lost with where we come from. And where we come from is really the essence of all our ridership. Brotherhood, sisterhood, it all comes from, like the wild ones, that kind of thing. It's like you can watch a movie, but is it history? And the history part is where I really, really thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, and it's one thing to have a film, and it's another thing to have a documentary. A documentary is an ethical representation of the actual history that took place. And, once it's produced, you registered, it's registered with the Library of Congress. Yeah. It is history at that point. And that's so important that we do that. Mm-hmm. Now, as a documentarian myself, I know that I can just do a little bit. I can only put out so many films. They take about 3 years apiece to do. I picked a subject matter. I'm drawn to subject matter that basically focuses on a motorcycle, on a machine, and how that machine inspires us emotionally. And with the Hogslayer being the most winningest dragster in history, I saw that, and it's something that. I just wanted to make sure that people knew what that machine was. Now, that machine ended up in the National Motorcycle Museum in Birmingham, England, and that's where it sits, where it resides now. And people can go and see it. It's on a pedestal there. It should be on a pedestal.
I have a couple of things in England I'd like to do, and that's going to be one of them.
Yes.
Is absolutely stop by that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll let me sit on it, but I do want my picture on it, because that's just how I am.
Yeah, they won't let you sit on it, unfortunately.
Don't make me pull out my Bike Week America card. Get out of my way. It's Bike Week America. It does open doors. I don't know how many doors in England I'm going to open, but Tina in England, you know who I am, Tina Fair. You remember me. I have some friends in. They'll take care of me.
Yeah. Now I would like to say one more thing about Hogslayer, though.
Yeah.
Hogslayer. I mean, the documentary itself. I set it up so that it kind of follows the same trek as the world's fastest Indian. There was a story done about, documentary done about Burt Munro, and what I did was I saw how that was eventually made into the world's fastest Indian.
Oh yes!
Now that's a film that's near and dear to our heart. I see Hogslayer as possibly following that same trek. And so I've been trying to, more than anything, just promote it, get it out there so that people see it, so that possibly in the near future, a feature could be made from it.
And that's what this is what it's about. See it and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing that with a new project now.
Yes, a new project. I'm just, as a segue, I'm moving from...
let's play segues.
I'm moving from the world's fastest motorcycle to probably the world's slowest
I was going to say, the 9G is definitely a workhorse. It's not exactly a race bike, but it is the missing link, which is a beautiful name. Can you tell me about the 9G?
Well, a gentleman by the name of Mike Schuster contacted me last March. And he talked to me about, he said that he had this machine that was really rare, and that he wanted to put it on the market, and he wanted to know if I had any contacts with people who might want it. Mm-hmm. So I looked over the situation a little bit and talked with Mike a little bit more on it, and he eventually I contacted him, and he took me to an undisclosed location, pulled some quilts off of this motorcycle. It was a 1913 Harley Davidson 9G.
And you said to yourself, what's this?
Yeah. Well, I knew that it was rare when I saw it. I didn't know how rare it was. They only made them for 3 years, from 1913 to 1915. They made 332 of them. That's all they made. They're pretty much lost to history. What was the astounding thing that I found? It was Mike's claim. I didn't know whether to believe him or not, but I do now that it's the last one in existence.
Yeah, and there was quite a few years where we thought there wasn't one at one time, correct?
Right. Harley Davidson had completely given up. They had actually published a book that said that no Harley Davidson 4-car is in existence.
Yeah, the 4-car is
existence.
That's the design of this motorcycle. There's 2 wheels in front. We have we were talking about the new modern version of the 4-car.
the Can-Am Spider?
The Can-Ams.
Yeah.
The Spiders are pretty similar to like that, only there's a box for storage and they were delivering mail with these things. There was,
mail, oysters, Goodyear had them to deliver tires.
That's right. Yeah, I saw a couple of pictures from Goodyear on that.
Yeah.
But they were great advertising vehicles too.
Yeah, they
for
were.
1913.
Yeah,
this is
actually
100 years ago.
Yeah, actually, Harley Davidson would actually, if you bought one, they were made to order, and if you bought one, they would actually put your advertisement on the side of the box.
And they were sweet ads too.
Yeah.
And someone had like banners on the top. It was like,
sure.
They were really dressed up.
Yeah, they were. They were quite the machine in their day. A little cumbersome to operate.
Yeah. It's like driving a sidecar almost, only just harder.
Yeah.
So how do you see that you're making a movie about the beginning and the middle? How do you see this movie ending?
Well, real briefly, I can just say that we know the entire history of this motorcycle, which made it very worthwhile to pursue the documentary. For the first 10 years or so of its life, it was in service, and it was owned by an electrical component company in Milwaukee that was a vendor to Harley Davidson, Magnetos.
Okay.
And so they used it for delivery. The Schuster family acquired it through a barter in the early 1920s, and then it sat in a barn for over 40 years.
Yeah. And he even refabbed the whole thing. I mean, the whole thing is just, I'm holding history right here, folks. It's the
that's the original fender that wasn't able to be restored.
Yeah, you can see why.
Yeah, and this is the original hand grip, the leather hand grip from it.
And it smells just like it was new. It smells new.
So what Mike did was, after they took it out of the barn 40 years later in the early 1960s, his grandfather's idea was to teach him mechanics by rebuilding this motorcycle. And so he ended up teaching him how to restore it, but the grandfather died a few years later, unfortunately, and it took Mike another 40 years to meticulously restore this motorcycle.
So he's got intentions with the bike now, right?
Yes. So now he would like to, now that it's restored and in perfect condition to what it should be, he is putting it up for sale.
Okay.
And it's 100 years old, a little over 100 years old now, 101. And so he's restoring it. He's going to be selling it.
Okay. I'm going to get more information on how you can get in touch with, more information on how to maybe even make a purchase of this. Jim, thank you so much for coming into Bike Week America. I really appreciate you taking the time. Ladies and gentlemen, we ran it out of time again. We will be back next week right here on Bike Week America. Thanks for joining us once again. Jim, that was so fucking cool. That was so cool.
Well, I hope you're off the air when you said that.
They killed me an hour ago. The light's been flashing a half hour. I don't know. It's the fastest half hour in TV.